Thanks for your presentation, dear Nambi, dear Antonio, Oleg, dear Dr. Martin, and all the friends from this international Ayurveda community. And most of all, my warm regards to all the audience who is participating at this Global Ayurveda Festival. Dear Antonio, I enjoy your presentation, dear Nambi also, and I want to share with you what's the situation, what's the current situation in Argentina, and if I have time, some considerations about Latin America. I will share my screen. Just give me a second, please. Okay, let's go speaking about, I want to introduce share with you some of the challenges that we have faced introducing Ayurveda education in Argentina. What has been our experience during these almost 3 decades with the education in Argentina. First of all, I want to share that Argentina is 16,000 kilometers from India, from New Delhi. There are, our language is Spanish, speaking by all the people, and there are very few Indian citizens in Argentina, less than 500. Then we have a very good relationship with India, but there are very few possibilities to interact with Indian people here in Argentina. That's the reason that we have been involved so much straight with the people in India. I want to share with you some of the challenges that we have faced introducing Ayurveda in our region. Where to introduce Ayurveda, with whom, which are the languages barriers, which are the responsibilities, which are the tasks of each member of the Ayurvedic team, to clarify some misconceptions that have been introduced or the popular people thinks about Ayurveda. Of course, how to solve the lack of training material, how to solve the lack of medicinal plants which are used in Ayurveda, and also, as Antonio has been very clearly mentioned, about the lack of recognition of Ayurveda as a system within our country. I want to go with you about our process. As I told you, we have been working in Ayurveda for more than 3 decades, but we have been working at the university level for the last 22 years. We began with the support of the Indian Embassy, introducing at the Buenos Aires University School of Medicine. Buenos Aires University has had 4 Nobel Prizes, 3 of them in the area of medicine. And we presented then the first postgraduate course on Ayurvedic medicine. In fact, this first postgraduate course was the first one at the one state Western university in the West. This was in the 2000. Later, we have the opportunity, and it was for us very important to sign one MOU with the Jamnagar, Gujarat Ayurveda University, and since 2001 up to this year, this MOU has been enforced and is a very working MOU. As we know, Ayurveda is very vast, and there is no possibility to cover Ayurveda with a 1-year course, and the people, the medical doctor, asked for us how to progress, and that in this reason we produce one advanced PG course on Ayurvedic medicine. And as Argentina is a very large country, we produce also one distance course on Ayurvedic medicine in the same years. At the same time, in 2008, we began to teach Ayurveda at the undergraduate level at the El Salvador University, and also at the master level. We are since the last 13 years, we are delivering one module of Ayurveda at the Master of Psychoneuroimmunology at Favaloro University. Since 2014, we have progressed to have the recognition. Our courses from Fundación de Salud Ayurveda Prema has the same joint recognition from the Argentina Medical Association. And with this joint recognition, we have produced 2 other courses, one advanced PG course on Ayurvedic medicine, and also how to, I will mention later about the lack of medicinal plants. We have produced since the last 7 years a PG course on Ayurvedic phytotherapy. And with the recognition of the Argentina Medical Association, also we have produced 3 annual courses on Ayurvedic health assistant, agent, and advisor. We progressed since 2016. We had one very important relationship with the Institute of Great Rosario, University Institute of Great Rosario, and currently all our courses are have the joint recognition of Great Rosario University and the Argentina Medical Association. We have also added to the other courses one PG course on Ayurveda psychology, other one course on Ayurveda and nutrition, and also other advanced PG course. Our current situation, as you could see in this slide, we have a MOU and joint certification with Great Rosario University and Argentina Medical Association. We had a formal relationship with Buenos Aires University, and we are conducting modules of Ayurveda at the Universidad del Salvador, Universidad Favaloro, and also at the Universidad Belgrano. Since 2016, it was also with a 3-part MOU with the Ministry of AYUSH and the Great Rosario University. Our institution has been selected as the seat of the Ayurveda chair in Argentina. Great Rosario University provides the university recognition. Ministry of AYUSH, of course, will provide all the technical assistance, and our institution is responsible of the academic teaching of this seat of Ayurveda. Due to all the requirements for to be fulfilled for this process, and also due to the pandemic, there is no professor at this moment because all the teachings are virtual since the last year, and this year will be in the same condition. And for this reason, up to now, there is no visiting professor from Ministry of AYUSH, but we are working on this sense. And I want to share with you that since the very beginning, we have had and we continue having the full support of the Indian Embassy in our country. All the ambassadors that have been since 2000 has been delivering at the opening ceremony one lecture about Ayurveda, about how Ayurveda is seen in India. And I'm sharing with you next in 2 weeks, we'll be opening our 22nd annual course of medicine of Ayurvedic medicine. And we will have the participation of Shri the Indian ambassador in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, and Dr. Nestor Spizamilio, who is the secretary of the Argentina Medical Association. And this will be shared on live with all the people. And I want to share with you in the next few minutes, which has been our, what we have found teaching Ayurveda at the university level for the last 22 years. First of all, there are a very important predominance of she doctors in our courses. Ladies are much more interested on health and to produce a better quality of health than males. That's what we have found. And our students, they are looking for something holistic, natural, integrative, spiritual, complementary, alternative. There are different words at the beginning, what they are looking for when they are entering into the Ayurvedic courses. They want also to have a lot of group of medical doctors have, for example, 20 or 30 years been working as medical doctors, and they are looking for tools for self-care and also for tools for a different approach for the patients, a more kind style of medicine and more comprehensive medicine. It's very important to share with our students, and that Ayurveda has two sides, very clearly two sides. In one side is science, in the other side is wisdom. And for this reason, we are combining these two sides, these two visions of Ayurveda, these two realities, for example, showing what the importance of Charaka, the importance of medical journals that are indexed in PubMed, the work of Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia, and different documents that has been produced for the Ministry of AYUSH or former Indian Department of System of Medicine. And also, we want to share with our students, mostly in the first year, we want to share how the tools for self-care, how the tools to know each other, how the tools to have a better life. And in this sense, we are producing, working with lifestyle guidelines, including food, massage, yoga, meditation, and also some medicinal plants in our community. I always say that the most important gift that we are receiving, being working in the field of Ayurvedic education, is that the medical doctors that are taking our courses, they feel that the power of reconnection with the medical vocation. All the medical doctors, when they have selected to be a medical doctor, they want to serve the people. And it's very common to see that a lot of people are losing this vocation. This vocation is frozen due to all the situation that we know in the allopathic medical system. And also we found that medical doctors improve their communication with their patient. They understand much better which is the needs of the patient, which are the possibilities to go for a better health. In this sense, I want to share that Ayurveda is very well understood by Argentinian and also with Latin American health professionals. It was mentioned, I had the opportunity to deliver a conference and activities at University Ministry of Health at 16 countries in Latin America, and Ayurveda is very well received in all these countries. Of course, as Antonio has mentioned, there are a lot of work to do to go ahead, but Ayurveda is very well understood in our region. And also we found that the teaching of Ayurveda, the recognition, the education of Ayurveda for the medical doctors broadened their vision and the therapeutic approach on health, imbalance, and diseases. And they provide more techniques and tools to treat the patients. And I mentioned some of the challenges. What is very important, because Ayurveda is so broad that it's very important to clarify who does what. And in our case, we have stress, and every day we stress the importance that every person involved in Ayurveda must have full respect for professional incumbencies according with our national laws. For example, the only person who could diagnose and treat is a medical doctor. This is not possible for one Ayurvedic technician, and so on. And this, the Ayurvedic health team is conformed by medical doctors, other university health professionals, for example, nutritionists, psychologists, physiotherapists, pharmacists, and so on, and also the assistants in the fourth group that is mentioned by Charaka, in the fourth legs that is mentioned in Charaka. Also, there are places for massage technicians. 98% of the people in Argentina speak Spanish. Less than 5% of the people know and are fluent with English, then there are these language barriers and lack of training materials is very, very important. For example, I mentioned that there are less than 500 Indian people in Argentina, and I think that only 1 or 2 of them are in conditions to teach Sanskrit. And this produces a very important barrier for the communication, and it's our work is to be a bridge, not only between Ayurveda and more allopathic system of medicine, but also a bridge to solve these language barriers. And in this sense, we have work for the production of local material, some in association with Indian professors. I will share with you some information later. And also, we have work and translate full Charaka Samhita and full Susutra Samhita from English with all commentaries into Spanish. There are more than 11 volumes combining these 2 books, which are available right now for the people. We have produced also this distance learning course, university distance learning course, is a 4 volumes course, and we had the collaboration of the very well-known Professor Erak Singh, also Dr. Sabrikar, also our esteemed and a very good friend. We miss so much him, Professor M.S. Bagel, and also a former advisor from Ministry of AYUSH in the Ayurvedic field, Dr. Dinesh Katosh. Also, we have produced 3 books for the general public, and it could be used also by the professionals. One related with general aspects of Ayurvedic medicine, other related with Ayurvedic cuisine, with our local questions, and also other related with the mental techniques, mostly related with meditation and working with Ayurveda in this sense. I also want to mention that Ayurveda is considered a natural system of medicine in Latin America, and there are a huge misconception that Ayurveda is going against vaccines. And when you mention this point with the medical doctors, they put a barrier. And we have been working with our local, this is a picture when we signed one declaration statement with our National Ministry of Health, including the local representative with the Pan American Health Organization and different Argentinian scientific associations, where we state that Ayurveda and homeopathy recognize vaccines as a useful medical sanitary tool. And we are working in the situation of this COVID pandemic. We are informing all the people that, for example, different Ayurvedic professionals and Ayurvedic institutions are receiving in this situation Covishield and other COVID vaccines. Due to the other point that we had faced is the lack of Ayurvedic remedies. And for this situation, we have been working for the last 15 years, searching all the plants that are included in the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, and also those plants which had a very huge trade, which are exceeding 200 tons per year in India. With this information, we had a look which of these plants are available in our region, both Argentina and also Latin America. And with this information, we produced 7 years ago a postgraduate course on Ayurvedic physiotherapy. For example, I want to mention that related with Argentina, there are 127 medicinal plants from Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, which are growing naturally in our country. And if we take Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India from the 9 volumes, there are 53 monographies related with medicinal plants which had Rasayana activity. Of these, 53 monographies and plants. 20 of these plants are growing locally in our country, and this will be very useful for the recognition of Ayurvedic remedies. For example, it will allow for a smooth process because these are our local plants. Going to the current situation of Ayurveda and COVID-19, we have been working, and this is one book that has been presented in the Ayurveda Day in 2020 with the participation of the Indian embassies in Argentina and Brazil. We have conformed one group with the professionals from Brazil and also on India, and we have translated and adapted to our region, to Argentina and Brazil, all the guides and protocols produced by Ministry of AYUSH related with the promotion of immunity, treatment, and also recuperation of patients who had suffered COVID-19. And one very important help for this task is that in this book, we have a look what plants that the Ministry of AYUSH informed that are useful for the treatment or the working in the situation of COVID-19. And this is one annex that it mentions the 49 medicine plants that are mentioned in the Ministry of AYUSH protocols, which are present in Argentina and also in Brazil. Related with the needs of recognition, we have been working at our National Senate. Since 2016, there is a proposed bill related with the recognition of traditional and complementary medicine in Argentina. And in this sense, Ayurveda is clearly mentioned in this project. And I want to mention also that in Argentina, national insurance recognized Ayurveda for the malpractice insurance cover for the medical doctors, and also some of our medical groups recognize the billing of medical assistance for their patients. As Antonio has also mentioned, we consider that to have a very clear protocol is very important for the full recognition of Ayurveda in our region, both Argentina and Latin America. And in this sense, we have been a participant in Jaipur and also in Jamnagar, both meetings related with the working for the benchmarks for training and practice of Ayurveda and Panchakarma that we are hoping that it will be available during this year. And I want to finish my presentations with this question. We are teaching for 2001 or we are teaching for 2030? The artificial intelligence is a real presence right now in the medical field. It will be also, of course, a presence in the treatment and in the assistance of patients, and we must take in consideration what will be what will be Ayurveda offering for the people and for the medical doctors in this course. We are taking only the Ayurveda, the traditional of Ayurveda, or we are adapting Ayurveda for this 2001 cycle. With these words, I want to conclude. I want to share, for any case that any people want to have more information about our work in Argentina and in Latin America. And once again, I want to express my gratitude to Antonio, Nambi, Dr. Martin, Dr. Oleg, and also all the friends that are in this panel. And I wish all the best for you, and be healthy and be safe in the context of this pandemic. Thank you so much, Antonio.